Yeah. Okay. So broadly, we classified the data types as text, voice, images, and video, right? And then you go a sub level, you will have different type of data types. Inside that, it could be an integer, a number, a decimal, float, your varchar, string. These are different way of storing the data, understanding the data, because I want to treat the data in a certain way. That is why I store it in a certain data type, right? But in the data engineering, what is of utmost importance is when why do we build software applications? We build software applications so that it is easier for us to access the information. Most of it you generally see, all are kind of management applications you see. Be it in your college or institutions, they will be in seamless applications. What do you mean by seamless applications? I have an employee management system. We call it as HRMS, Human Resources Management System, and we make the processes so easily. For example, you walk in to the office, your onboarding and all happens through online. That's a process. You resign from office, everything happens through a workflow, right? You take clearance from this department, this department, this department, and then you are cleared, and that becomes a workflow. It's a process. Mostly all software applications, what you see, the software is mostly famous for building the process related applications. Are you with me? All businesses will have so many processes, right? Let's take an Amazon or Swiggy, these e-commerce, good, e-commerce or whatever application, right? So what do you see there? There is a process. They show you a catalog. They have made a catalog. You see the products. You order for it. An order ID is generated. When an order ID is generated, what happens? With that order ID, they send you the notification. Okay, you have placed your order and it is expected to be delivered by this. And the person who is going to deliver is not the Amazon person. They have a partners or a vendors who would that courier person, right? He's a different vendor. And that vendor, he will be not one vendor. Depending on your location, there could be different vendors, courier vendors. That data is also stored, right? So, and then it is delivered to you. So how many entities? So let us try to understand. So in a typical Amazon process, which we all understand, right? You ended up in a typical world or in a typical business process. Let me write it. What do you see? You are a customer. Agree? Amazon is running a business. Okay. What type of business it is running? It is running two type of business. It is running B2B business, B2C business. B2C is business. What is this B? B is Amazon, and it is selling the product to whom? Who are these customer? They are people like us. Person. Agree? This is B2C. B2B is what? Amazon is selling the business to another business. They are selling. If I want to buy laptops for InfoColor, I will buy laptops from Amazon. I will get a different service from them. GST return, this thing, that thing, and all. You getting me? So there are typically what all the software applications what you build will be for B2B or B2C, right? So when you do B2C, no, this will not work. You have to get it from my back. Okay. So what happens is you have a business. Who is that business? Amazon is a business. Agree? Amazon is selling product to whom? To customer. That is we. Agree? And then what is it selling? It is selling a product, right? And when you do Amazon, you raise an order. For the first thing, what you will do, customer will register or sign up. Agree? Any applications, any software applications, you will register. Agree? Nobody would allow you unless it is a static web application. You will have to register. Agree? While you are registering, there will be a one-factor authentication or a two-factor authentication. Generally, all secured applications like bank will have a two-factor authentication. What is two-factor authentication? The first factor is password. The second factor is OTP on your mobile. Agree? And there are further these days, Google and all sends a number if you're logging in, right? And then you authenticate yourself. That is a third factor authentication. Agree? Okay. So you register. This is your process, business process. So registration is also a process. Okay, I'll come to the point. You just try to understand this, and then you register it. And then what you do, you order something. Okay, anywhere, any e-commerce website you go, you'll order something. Not necessarily Amazon. Agree? You'll order something. Once you order, what they will do, they will process that order. Agree? Where Amazon is a very interesting e-commerce site, right? They do not produce. It's produced by something else. Agree? The producer or somebody else. Agree? And once it is processed, you make a payment. Not before that you make a payment, right? Either you make the payment at the end if it is cash on delivery, or you do it at this while you are raising an order. Agree? So payment may happen here itself. You did a process. Okay, the process happened, and then he does packaging. Okay, and then it is shipped. And there will be so many internal processes. We are just taking the broader ones. Okay, package, and then what they do, they will do shipment, and then they will do delivery. Okay, so this all your import business, export business, this is what happens. Have you heard about a word called supply chain? Okay, demand and supply. Yeah, there is a demand. I want these many products. India is growing. We want these many chips because the laptops are required. There is a demand, and somebody is going to give a supply to that demand. Agree? And there is a process involved in it. When there is a demand and supply, it's called a supply chain. It's a chain. You raise an order and they will keep giving you. Not all the products are made at one place, right? Small components are made across the world, and they are assembled at one place, and it becomes a product and it is given to you. Agree? So essentially the point here is try to understand this. Okay. In the process, now you saw so many entities. These are entities: business, customer, product, registration, okay, producer, payment, package, delivery, and there will be so many other hundreds of other entities. You getting me? So why are we talking about this? So what is a software? Software is all about this. There is a business process, and the information about regarding this business process is what you will store somewhere. Making sense? Yeah. What is that you will store in the database? You will not store anything different. This is what, okay, I will have a customer table. Okay. I will capture customer details. After this, I will capture order details. Okay. This, I will give some ID to it, uniqueness. Customer 1, customer 2, 3. For this customer 1, what is the order ID? This one customer may have many orders, one to many relationship. So we just denote it by saying one to many star. If I had made it only one to one, only one information will be here, but this is one to many. Agree? Yeah, getting it? So customer to order, like that. This order, where was it delivered? Order status. Okay, I will have that. Where is that processing information happening? Who is that actual vendor who is doing it? how many vendors are subscribed to it. Sellers, we will call them as sellers on Amazon. We will give an ID to that. This customer, I will have a database or a table called customer seller. I will see, oh, this customer has brought it from this seller. I will have an idea. This one you have seen it in the college. It's not a big thing. So basically, this is what you store. But then you will join the data and you will see the data in a different way. But then the point what we are trying to understand is that typically here what you are interested in a particular entity, customer. This row is what you are interested. You are interested in an order. You are interested in an order status, customer, seller and all. This is called data engineering world. You are actually interested in an entity. When there is a business process, the players who are involved, the actors who are involved, the process what is involved, you are actually interested in that entity where you show it visually to the people. You store the data and you show it on the UI. This is a data engineering world. Yeah. Whereas artificial intelligence, you are putting more intelligence to it. Okay, what you want to do is you want to pull out an interesting facts from this. I want to read the complete customer data, order data, and I want to put at what month we had many orders, during a day when it had a huge surge, what is the pattern that people are ordering. Are they ordering during festive season? Are they ordering during a certain period of time? Are we failing somewhere? And this is a starvation period where no orders were raised. That sort of intelligence which helps us to do the business intelligence. It is called BI. There are a whole set of software products. It's a field by itself. Business intelligence. Okay, so business intelligence is a field which has taken a shape called artificial intelligence. Are you very clear? Are you getting it? Yeah. So business intelligence is a field. So here we see the data holistically. I take the entire database dump, and then what I do, I play interesting mathematical functions on top of it, statistical functions on top of it, and then I make interesting insights where it helps the business leaders to think, oh, I need to change my strategy. Here is where my orders are very less. So I will not apply. I will not ask my vendor to procure some materials. I will say, no, hold on, because this is the period I'm not getting my, there is not many order. There is no point in me procuring so many raw materials where that raw material will go waste or it will decay. So that sort of intelligence, the artificial intelligence word, Python, machine learning makes it easier. This, you may ask me a question, why was it not there before? Yes, it was there. But there were two distinction functions of a typical business. Okay, what used to happen before is there was an management world. Okay, so the education wise also our education system has been set up like that. There was a management world. People would take what they would do: commerce, BBA, MBA, right? It's a more business, decision driven world. Okay, whereas there was another word, a technology word, right? Diploma, BE, you would do more engineering world, right? So this was for all data engineering world. This was the data science world earlier. Now with the advent of artificial intelligence and all, this both words have been made together. Management people, they always wanted this. The statistics why it became famous in 1800 was because there was an industrial revolution in London or that area, right? Europe. Lot of factories were setting up. They were producing huge quantity of things where they were exporting it to the world. So they wanted the statistics to do a whole lot of things then. So statistics evolved a lot. But then people were doing a whole lot of statistics, intelligence and all, yeah, till 2010 and all, right? They always wanted the reports to take the decisions. Okay, so between 2005 and 2015, this world was always there, which was trying to bridge the gap between this world and this world. But suddenly there came a technology called Python. Suddenly there came a technology called Hadoop. Suddenly there came a technology called big data, where the cost, your hardware cost was very less. You got the huge processing power. You got the storage power. You could store all this data. You got the processing power, and you got a language called Python where you could do all this what they wanted to do, right? They always seeked this from us, technology. This management always seeked this information from us, where they always wanted us to produce the reports. Your HR, be it your HR, be it your your management word, admin, finance, big chief officers, management players, marketing people. They always seek this information from the technology. You have this information in your database. Give us that insight. But then we never had the power of computing it. I have a database of, let us assume I have 4 tables of 1 billion data. Now, if I join this table and I write a SQL query, it will take 7 days or my system will crash. We never had that kind of processing power. Are you experiencing it? Are you getting it? What I'm trying to say? Yeah, you might have seen hardly what we will do at our level. What we will, you'll see one Excel sheet with maximum 60,000 rows, not more than that, right? One table, if you practice, you will put 100 rows. But in real world, if you go to big banks and all, the data will be in millions, billions. You go to bank, the transactions, every minute, there will be so many transactions which will be happening. We call it as a TPS, transactions per second, 500 transactions per second. So you can imagine the scale. It's a big scale, the data. Then how do you do that data? Management always wanted us to give the right data, right report, where they can take the decision, they can base the decisions. But then there was no support from the technology side. But in the last decade, the technology has evolved a lot, where the advent of big data, Hadoop, the way you store the data, structure, we call it as NoSQL and all, that has made possible to give any sort of intelligence what management people need. You getting it? So management was always taking an upper hand, right? Because they had the business view. They knew what they want to do for the business. But technology team was always stuck with the technology. I want to learn Java. I want to learn SQL. That's it. If I learn, I will get into 4 lakh job and my life is done. No. But then it's a bigger word. What I want all you to feel is, increase your horizon of thinking. This is how the industry works. You getting me? Yeah. So when you read something, this is how you have to think. Why are we doing this? This is done for certain business. Your technology is of no use unless there is a problem. What will you solve? Unless there is a problem, what will you solve? So what is your problem then? Your problem, you are here to solve a business problem. You can apply the technology solution only to a certain problem. So what becomes more paramount is we understanding the problem. We should not be the creator of the problem. Let's not create a problem, but let us at least try to understand the problem. The moment we understand the problem, I know how can I put a solution to that problem. Okay, so let us not get stuck with only understanding syntax. Okay, I'll come to that. So are we getting this?